2, what it do? It's your boy the Fader, back at y'all again with another haircut video, man. As you can see today, we just gonna do a slight taper. You know what I'm saying? Nice line up, clean up, no taper on the sides though, as you can see. Lining up, lining up the, neck area of the hair. You can say that's the occipital if you want to be technical. You know what I'm saying? So now we on the other side, the left side I should say, of the haircut, and we lining up, we using those good old, the Babyless Gold FX. Definitely, I highly recommend those. And also, I'm gonna be releasing a video soon about the great clippers to use as a professional barber, so stay tuned for that. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say thank y'all for rocking with me thus far. I see the channel growing. I see the people tuning in. To all the newcomers, what's good? To all the OGs, thank you for staying with me. And to everybody, we elevating. And I just want to keep giving y'all this good, great, amazing content so that I can help the next generation of barbers be great. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. I'm about helping the next generation get their skills up so that they can prevail in the industry. You know what I mean? So as you can see, now I'm actually taking off the hair on the face with the clippers. Well, with the trimmers, I should say, the Babyless Gold FX, and we just cleaning up the area. You want to always be neat. And with that being said, with being neat, you want to keep your clippers clean. You see how the hair is just actually, falling off, and I'm actually cutting the hair because my clippers are clean. They're sharpened to perfection. I actually will make a video on how to sharpen your trimmers to get them to be precise. You know what I mean? And still not agitate the skin of your clients. So that's a great video that I'll do as well. So now, as you can see, I have the Wall Magic Clip Special Edition with the gold blade swap. Like I said, I'm the only one that I've seen do it. I think Wall might have got the idea from me because now they have a gold blade on the other special edition. So really, Wall, I'ma need my check. Okay, and we can do business, and I would love to do business with y'all. Let's just get it done, okay? So just have your people call my people, and then we can make a deal. I would love to do business with y'all, Wall. So if y'all listening, just reach out to me and we can talk numbers, okay? With that being said, now I'm going on to the fade, okay? As you can see, I made the ball line, and I, use my Wall Magic clips with the gold blade swap to do the initial line under the zero guard. So then I pulled out the fast feed. Actually, that's the speed line. Another great clipper that I love. I'll say, hey, we can talk numbers, man. Have my people call your people, Oster. I'm just saying, no disrespect. I'm just saying though, look, I'm a free agent right now, so if y'all really want to talk numbers, then we can do that. We can do that, okay? So I'm just putting that out there. This is another great clipper, one of my favorites. So, yeah, as I was saying, now you see I have the speed line with the one guard on there, and I'm cutting the hair for the transition from the mini afro into the taper. So this is a very important part because you want your transitions to flow smoothly. So sometimes, really I would say all the time, on a haircut like this, that you want the taper to flow into more hair on the top, you actually do want to cut with the grain. So now we're doing the same thing on the other side. We're going to get out the Babyless Gold FX hair trimmer, and we're going to clean up the area and get everything prepared to be, fresh. So this is what you have to do. And you always want to be precise when you do it, for the simple fact, everything has to be symmetrical on each side. It has to match up. I know I said a haircut is an illusion. At the same time, you do have a part to play in this illusion. It's not necessarily magic, even though it is. It's magic because it's crazy how everything just all comes together. The thing is, it's all a process, and you have to be strategical, methodical in the process of making a great haircut. And that starts with how you prepare your canvas. So as you can see, I'm actually going over what I just did just to make sure that everything is everything. You want to retrace your steps because it's all about the details when it comes to a great haircut. You know, everything is pretty much straightforward. You know, you want to start with no guard when you do a fade, at least. You want to start with no guard, then you want to go to the 0, 1, 2, and then if you have to keep, you know, transition the hair, then you would get a larger guard to the 3 to 4 to 5 to 6, 7 or 8, you know? So that's just what it is. You just want to make sure that you're following the steps. At the same time, the details is what matters the most. So now we have the Ulster speed lines with no guard on it, and then we pulled out the Wall Magic Clip special edition with the gold blade swap, and now we have no guard, and we have the lever. I think it's about, it might be halfway or it could be closed. Like I said, maybe it's not open. Like I said though, for you to get into the field, every haircut is different. So with that being said, you have to just know what you're doing, and you have to have the experience to have the tactics when you do have to actually attack a haircut. You have the right knowledge and you have the confidence to actually perform. It's all about the confidence, because you have to put the confidence into the haircut, and that gives your client the confidence to sit in your chair and trust you with their hair. Okay, so that's how you show that you care, by actually providing great service, and that comes with practice. So that was the 0 guard. Now you see I put the 1 guard on there, doing the same thing. I'm actually cutting the hair with the grain for the transition to the fade. Okay, so you see it's already pretty much coming together. It's a slight line, and that's great because now when you cut against the grain, you're actually fading and playing with the lever. It's going to be easier for you to see where you need to cut because you cut with the grain. So now you see I have the comb in my hand. You always want to keep a comb in your hand. The same guard that I used to cut with the grain, now I'm against the grain playing with the lever, and I'm getting the line out so that everything is faded in. And you see I'm using my corners and my comb just to continue to make everything neat so that the eye has a great perspective on where to actually cut the hair to make it look fresh. Okay, now you see I'm lining up the mustache, and you know it's pretty much self-explanatory. You still want to comb the mustache, and you know, yeah, it's pretty much self-explanatory. And if you have your clippers set the right way, which I said I'm gonna make a video and I'm gonna show you all how to actually, you know, set the clippers so that they're precise and that they don't irritate the skin. If you do that the right way, then this part of the haircut and every other part of the haircut where you have to use trimmers is actually, you know, gonna be pretty smooth. It's not even really gonna be an issue. So I just wanted to show y'all that because, you know, this is an important part. It's just, it adds to the whole aesthetic of the haircut. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is a pretty important part. So just make sure that you're still keeping the focus on this part. You still want to go over your steps because this is important. The facial hair is very important. So don't just overlook the facial hair aspect of the haircut. Now you see the other side. Doing the same thing, you know, I'm staying focused, you know what I'm saying? And that's just what it's all about. You know, you don't want to get lackadaisical in any parts of a haircut. You want to always stay focused during the haircut. And that's another thing, like being a barber, there's a lot of things that you can do. It's a lot of freedom. The fact that you have a lot of freedom as a barber, that means you should actually have more discipline. Because if you're not disciplined as a barber, your clients will pick up on that, and it's not good. It will show up in your work. So discipline comes when you get into the shop on time. It comes with what you eat so that you're not tired during the haircut, and it comes with your focus. Like, discipline is a major key when becoming a barber, because if you're not disciplined, then that non-discipline would trickle over into every area of your craft. So all the new barbers, you want to develop great habits. So I would highly recommend you always stay disciplined with when you approach this new endeavor of a career that you're partaking in, because in reality, this is a career. This is not a side hustle. This is something that can really change your life if you actually take it seriously, okay? So just stay focused. Now, this is a service that I would highly recommend when you're actually having someone that you cut their facial hair, because this will help you open up the pores to get as close to the skin as possible without irritating it with the razor, okay? And it's also very relaxing for your clients, and it will just add a better aesthetic to the whole haircut, and it will keep the clients coming back because it shows how professional you are if you do something like this. This is a hot towel method. It's not about the money, even though you can charge more, and you should charge more for this, because like I said, it's an add-on, to be honest. And quite frankly, the customer will not mind paying for this service. They actually will look forward to paying for this. And if you perfect your craft and you add this to your repertoire, I'm telling you, it is just something great to have under your belt in your arsenal, you know. So that's the hot towel. Now you see the face, you know what I mean? Like, now we're just, you know, this is very relaxing for the client. You know, barbershop is supposed to be that for everybody that walks in. It's supposed to be a confidence boost, and you know, that's just what we provide as barbers, you know what I'm saying? So this is one of those things that will just up the ante of your services and set you apart from everybody in the industry. So I would highly recommend every barber learns how to do this hot towel method. And you can also add you know, the face steamer as well. That's even better. If you do that with the face steamer, then that's even better. You know, I just didn't have one on this video at the same time. If you have one, definitely apply that to this procedure, and it will work wonders for your client. It'll help everything just be smooth, and it'll just show how professional you are and how much you care about your craft. Clean up the canvas. Now the pores are opened. Now you can get closer to the skin without irritation, and the client is relaxed, and it makes the cut overall better. It makes everything cleaner. So with the blade, this is very important. You want to be very careful with the blade. We used to practice on, you know, balloons and things of that nature. Practice on a balloon, put shaving cream on a balloon and shave the shaving cream off the balloon, and that is how you really can get very precise with the blade so that you're not rough on the skin, because this is very important. You want to stretch the skin, and you want to have the blade glide across the skin. If the blade's not gliding across the skin, you have to get the skin pores open more and softer so that you're not irritating the skin. That's very important. So now we're gonna trim up the hair, get the loose hairs off, and then we're gonna get, you know, prepared for the lineup. So, you know, when it's a curly mini afro like this, you want to just take off the loose hairs. You can use your clippers all the way closed, or you can use scissors, or you can use both. This is just something that helps prepare the haircut better. Then you want to comb down the hairline before you actually line it up. You see I'm combing it down. This is how you're supposed to line somebody up so that you don't push them back. You always want to make sure you comb the hair down and then you line up. So now you don't push the hairline back. All you have to do is just be precise and stay focused, okay? Just be precise and stay focused. Don't let anything distract you on this part. This is pretty much the most important part of the haircut. So you really want to be focused on this. All the parts of the haircuts are important. This part right here, like I said in the other previous videos, your fade doesn't even have to be on point like that once you're first starting off. As long as you perfect the lineup you're gonna get paid. So that's why I'm very, very adamant about you combing and you're not pushing people back and you're not using paint to cover up your mistakes, because you're combing and you're actually being focused. You don't have to use paint. You can actually help your clients regrow their hair. You can actually do a lot of things for clients if you just care about your craft and you actually take the time to be a barber and give your clients the education they need to succeed, okay? Because in reality, you are their hair doctor. So they come to you for their hair care. So you're supposed to be well-rounded on what products they should use, on how they should take care of their hair, if they should brush, if they should comb, if they should use conditioner, how much they should shampoo their hair, and what moisturizer they should use after on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that is important. So it's a lot that goes into the craft. It's not just cutting hair. You have to have hair knowledge. So to all the up-and-coming barbers that are in school, I would definitely advise you to treat this very seriously and, take your time and learn all of the aspects that they're teaching you, because it's very important when you get into the field. So do not overlook school and just think it's just, whatever. No, it's very important. It teaches you how to be clean and sanitary, and it teaches you the necessary things to succeed when there's not a teacher around, because you're going to be in the field alone, okay? So now, just think about that. So now you see me doing detail work now. After the lineup, I do the detail work, and then that's what helps bring the cut all together. I believe that's the 0 on there, and I'm just combing and I'm getting out the spots, playing with the lever and doing what I need to do to make sure the haircut comes together. As you can see, it's very fresh. This comes from a lot of practice. You know what I'm saying? It took years to get like this. So don't be fooled and think like you're just gonna wake up one day and you're just gonna be great. Like, it takes patience, it takes practice. That's how you can have optimal performance. You have to go through the ups and downs, trials, tribulations to succeed in everything you do. Don't be afraid to fail, okay? Just have an open mind, and I promise you, everything is gonna be A-okay as long as you stay on your grind. So now we're lining up the other side of the hair, you know what I mean? You're staying focused. And I would advise all y'all to wear gloves, because, as long as you wash your hands and you don't wear gloves, it's cool. I'll just say, like, I always wanted to wear gloves. It makes me feel more professional. And the clients appreciate it too when you have gloves. It just adds a better feel to the whole environment. It shows that you're clean. That's just me, Everybody has their own views. I prefer wearing gloves. We're hair doctors. Doctors wear gloves. We're doctors for the hair. Barbers were actually the first doctors. That's something else that I'm gonna get into with the education. So just stay tuned for those videos as well. I'm just saying, gloves are essential. So now you see the hair getting lined up, everything is great. Now the haircut's coming together, and y'all can see that, it's a great job because I stay focused. I put my effort into it. You know what I mean? I wasn't on the phone taking a whole bunch of calls and just moving around and smoking weed or whatever you want to call it. I wasn't doing anything bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that stuff. I'm just saying, when you're professional, you're professional. Stay focused. Your clients will definitely appreciate that. And it shows in, you know what I mean, your product. Just look at it. It's fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like, now I'm going back over the line and I'm just, being very precise. So I want y'all to say, I want to say one thing to y'all as well. When y'all are doing your thing, don't let anybody distract you. Don't let the negativity get to you. Just always stay focused and stay on your grind, because it's always going to be haters out there, and you don't have to focus on the haters. Just focus on you and you becoming great, okay? Nobody else matters. It's all about you. Be selfish with your grind, be selfish with your time, and then you doing that, you're gonna shine, I promise. Just take my advice, because I've been there. All my up and coming barbers, I've been there. If y'all ever need anything, man, reach out to me on here on YouTube, reach out to me on Facebook, and then reach out to me on Instagram and even Twitter. I got y'all, man. Y'all got any questions, just reach out to me, man. Cause look, we in this together. This is, I'm doing this for y'all, man. I want the industry to be great. So all your up and coming barbers, man, if y'all need any help, just reach out to me, man. Follow me on the gram or wherever and just send me a message and I got you, man. So look, this has been another haircut video. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Thank y'all for tuning in and supporting. I really appreciate y'all, man. This don't happen without y'all. All right? So look, just take my advice and I promise y'all gonna be great. All right? For sure. This the Fader, and now I see y'all later. Holla.